Hey everyone. So I know that none of you have had class with me in the past, so I thought it was more important to give you a really thorough evaluation of, how I run class, which is slightly different than probably just like any other professor. I do things a certain way. I always start every face-to-face class introducing the syllabus, so I felt like it was important to do here. And so that's what the point of this video is about. If you haven't passed Art 2661, which is Introduction to Graphic Design, please let me know, because if you haven't completed that class, you may not be able to complete the work. You also may not get credit for it if you haven't completed the prerequisite. So in this class, we're going to be investigating type in all of its glory through expressive approaches, through grid, through legibility, hierarchy, alignment, how it can create mood and understanding in a design. Typography is really involved in the last 30 years pretty significantly to be a message maker all by itself. And so we are going to be looking at that. Typography is one of my passions. So I'm just going to fix this because it's driving me nuts. Typography is one of my passions. And creating systems is a passion of mine. And so I hope to foster that passion onto you guys. I know that this is more difficult than a face-to-face because you miss a lot of the interactions, but I make a lot of these videos. You're going to see that, and I try to foster a lot of connections in the classroom. I'm also planning on trying to do some just, synchronous sessions where we get together and talk as groups. And those won't be required, but if you are available and you want to talk and chat about the topic that we'll decide later on, those are going to be available as well, because I know a lot of us are missing that interaction that we get in a live class. All right, so this class will be asynchronous, which means that you'll do your stuff and I'll do my stuff whenever it is convenient. I promise that I will be making every attempt to respond to everything that you post within 24 hours. In fact, in most cases, I respond to the work before the project is actually due. I'll start going through the posts, and within a couple of hours of it being due, you will have my response. So I don't leave you waiting for information, so that you have the ability to use the time you're given to make changes and to improve. There isn't attendance, but your projects that are going to be due are a form of attendance. I don't accept late work, so if you miss a project and I've already graded it, I will probably not accept it unless there's a pretty serious situation. And if there is a serious situation, please reach out to me via email. I am trying to be very responsive to any email that is sent to me Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. In the evenings, I'm trying to keep my distance from checking my email, and on the weekends, I'm doing the same, because since I am working at home, and my work life and my home life are merged in a way that they haven't been in the past, and so I feel like I have to kind of create some separation so that I don't drive myself crazy. So I don't accept late work, so there isn't a makeup policy for work. The work that is time stamped by the Blackboard is the way that I deal with it. When I grade, I'm evaluating you on all levels of your engagement in this class. So your response to discussion boards, your sketches. If your sketches are not well done, you're not going to get all 5 points. progress critique, how well you prepare for that progress critique, that you have the work ready to go that will allow us to give you good feedback, but also how well you respond to your peers and your visual projects. And there will be 4 of them in this class. So you will be doing 4 visual projects, and those will be 20 points each. That will be 80% of your grade. And the way I grade those are 5 points for creativity, 5 points for effort, 5 points for digital craft, and 5 points for purpose and focus. Purpose and focus are the requirements of the project, but also that you fulfilled the needs of the client that you might define, or the goals of the project. Digital craft is, pretty clear. Effort, as long as you're making consistent movement forward, that you don't do a design and then you just say, oh, this is a pretty good design, I'm just going to leave it the way it is and not listen to anybody's feedback or try to push myself. You're not going to get those 5 points in effort. And then 5 points in creativity, how far you push what my expectations are. So you will be doing daily posts 2 days a week, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And so I have that 5-point discussion scale. I have 10 points for progress critique, and then I have the 20 points for the visual projects. All the work has to be in on the deadline, no makeup work. Make sure that we're being kind to each other and using language that isn't going to be taken the wrong way. I know that's hard sometimes. I am going to be grading you on your grammar, so proper sentence structure and spelling is important. I encourage everybody to run things through a text editor. Communicate with me if you're struggling immediately. Don't let it go for a week or 2 weeks, because sometimes a week or 2 weeks, it's really difficult to get caught up and back in play with a big project. My response times, I've already talked to you about that. Within 24 hours, you're going to have my response to anything that you've posted. Although I will say that there's probably, I taught this summer and I taught the 6 weeks in the spring. There's only probably been 2 or 3 times in those couple of months that I had somebody wait 24 hours for a response. I try to do it immediately because I want you guys to have feedback that you can use and work with. Make sure that you reach out to me if you have late work due to a legitimate urgent or emergency. I know that we all have those from time to time. Drop date is October 22nd. Hopefully nobody needs that information. And these are all the university policies right there. This welcome syllabus requirements and schedule is a pretty important section. The student support services is something that you're going to want to make sure you know about, so you can find the tech desk, the writing center, all those other resources if you need them. My bio, our syllabus, and the course schedule, which is the next thing I want to talk about. You can see that our course schedule is similar to what it would have been if you were taking a class with me face-to-face. Every Tuesday, Thursday, you're going to be posted by 11 a.m. And on Thursday, I'm going to review your visual work with video feedback, like this video that I'm giving you right now, except that you're going to have a link to it. It's not going to be in YouTube, because I don't want to put your work on YouTube and it's a whole nother discussion, but you'll be getting a link for me for that feedback. So, we're going to start with reviewing the syllabus. That's what we're doing right now. You'll see that sketches for your poster, which is your first project, are going to be due. You can see that they are worth 5 points, and it's due at 11 a.m. Our next class, you can see that there's a video and discussion thread. So that video and discussion thread will be me giving you demonstrations, but also giving you resources. And you'll have to comment whether you need further help or you have a problem, or that you are intending to explore certain things in your poster. And then you can see on week 2, that'll be the first time you are actually submitting work digitally for me to review. You'll be doing this first project in Illustrator, so my demos will be in Illustrator. I'll probably have demos under your sketches as well, so that you have an understanding, and I'll be covering what I expect. And then we have another video discussion post, and then we'll have our progress critique. You can see that that's worth 10 points. When we do our progress critique, you post your work by 11, and your peers, which are broken up into smaller groups, have to post feedback by midnight. And so that's something that also you're going to need to be aware of. All right, so I want to make sure that you guys head to week 1. And in week 1, you'll see that you're introducing yourself, and there's all kinds of other videos, a welcome video that talks about some things that I think are important to think about and plan for when taking online classes, some overview and instructions, a video on how to schedule an appointment during my virtual office hours. And I'm really obsessed with Hamilton, so I was listening to Hamilton when I was putting material together. So I suggest, if you need a way to keep motivated, look at Hamilton, because he was one motivated dude. All right, so you will be hearing a lot from me over the course of the semester. I'll be doing a video practically every time that you post something. You'll get a video from me, unless it's a video that is from a famous designer I want you to check out. All right, I'm excited. I want you to feel free to email me as many times as you need to feel comfortable. Know that I'm here for you. It's why I teach, and I know that these are difficult times, but I hope to spend your junior and senior year with you face to face in a normal mode. All right, thanks.